Good afternoon, it's Sonny Hayes from Paranormal Investigation UK. Today's date's the 27th of April 2022, and today we've got another EVP in, sent by Somerset Paranormal. I think this is an inside property. Yeah, we're kind of in a bedroom now, so this is going to be a little bit different than what we normally get from Penny. So let's have a listen through. I've genuinely not heard this this audio until today. I've not reviewed it at all, so just consider that I am using amplified headphones. So
anything you can hear other than my voice in this room, it's not my voice. So, is there anybody here who wants to chat?
yeah, it's quite quite low in volume. Just double check that I've got everything turned up. Yeah. That's strange. Right, okay. The file's gone corrupt. Right, okay. If you ever get a file like this, it's you can normally sort the problem out and see how that acts with it. Yeah. Wait, just open up in some other type of software. You sometimes find that AAC files from iPhones, that type of device, if the recordings have been done on a mobile phone, it'll attempt to try and save it as a WAV file or predominantly MP3, and they can go corrupt. So I'm using WavePad just to convert it back into a WAV file to whatever format it was in before. I'll put new so I know what that's for. And that now should open up without a problem. That's one that is new. Yeah, that's job done. Okay, the stream's 32 seconds in total. Okay, let's just bring some analyzer up. Now with this one, I'm undoubtedly going to need to amplify this.
If there's anything you can hear other than my voice in this room, it's not my voice. So, is there anybody here who wants to chat?
Right, okay, Android. 2526. Right, okay, just 2526. About there. I can certainly get it. The recording itself isn't too bad. It's relatively devoid of any unwanted sound that you often get outside. So let's have a quick listen to that one. That as you changed, you could hear something. So 25 to 26. Let's go back a second. Set to amplify now. There's something there. There's certainly, without question, it sounds voice-ish. It's quite one of those quite low-grade, low-quality EVP. Sound like robotic. It's almost as if it's a synthetic voice. Tend to occur on sort of the low ends, low energy sort of EVPs. Like that, you can hear that click, 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 that clicky sound that you don't not generally get with sort of human voice. Right, the way I'm going to work with this, because I can't get much on I've had to amplify it to death really. The repercussions of that is just brought out up all the background feedback. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that. Put that into a separate track. I don't know what to do. Delete that out, put that back. Okay. And I saved that now down to a WAV file. I'm actually going to call this EVP 11, I think. That's a number I'm at with Somerset Paranormal at the moment, so. Okay, I'm just going to put it back to how it was before then. Just so that's the full audio. Right, so just taking that small snippet off at the end because that's the one that Penny's noted on her email. What I'm going to do now, there's loads and loads of noise we need to get rid of, so just drop that one in there. That sounds like I'm recording, or it's like a word, then recording. It's almost like 3 syllables. Something, recording. I'm not so sure now. Right, okay. Let's just make sure we're not going to sample areas we want to keep. That's fine. Just grab that area, through all of it, then apply. I can probably snitch a little bit off here as well. See if we can take it before it's not really damage the actual voice. Okay. Interesting. When you're faced with this type of voice on an audio recorder, particularly it's been taking it home, always ask the question: is it possible it's the householder? If I'm doing a recording in a room, for example, and I see someone at distance coming towards me, or they're going to do or say something, I may something like, I'm recording quite low key, low in volume, presuming that the recorder doesn't pick it up, but it does. Penny and a friend will advise me accordingly. If them sort of safeguards are in place, that there's no outside, involvement that it's been accidentally captured. Because when you're concentrating, recording in a house, your concentration, your memory is really just concentrating on the recorder. It doesn't necessarily think about what's going on outside. So care needs to be taken to make absolutely certain that you've not just simply recorded somebody within the room. Right, okay, so let's have a think. Insert another track in there. You're always best to name files differently. That'll help you not getting confused with what they are. Okay.
If there's anything you can hear other than my voice.
Mute the first track. And we can do the same again. We can start to amplify it even further. There's that rumbling sound that you can hear in the background. There's nothing that you can do with that. That's just a process of the noise reduction. If you start to eliminate that out of it, you might start taking out the voice. I can possibly use a little bit of EQ with this. Seems to be around that area. It's certainly within the voice spectrum. Those of you watching, slightly more over to the right. I'm not sure what the fundamental frequency is. Yeah, it's around about 500. What's going through my head now is if this recording is slightly faster tempo, which you often get with some of the EVPs. So we can try that. Obviously the files won't get longer because we're actually going to slow it down. My normal default is always going to be 50%. So let's do that. Let's listen to it again. It'd be interesting to know what Penny and her friends actually make of that, because another side of me thinks the words being spoken is behind you or behind her, behind her. It's really difficult. I think that's what makes the EVP so fascinating and in fun at times, just guessing to what words you think it is. Okay, so the way I'm going to work with that one is I tend to repeat everything 4 times. I just simply copy paste it, and I'll send that to Penny, and so Penny and a friend can have a listen to and come back to me. Yeah. Okay. So we will rid ourselves of that other track, and we'll save that now. Always try to save it was uncompressed WAV files. Slow down. Yeah, there seems to be a whispery voice that follows then. Okay, let's bring the old one back, the original one back in. And we'll have a listen all the way through to this one. It's a similar process before, really. Penny pointed to me to that one at the end. It's the one we just dealt with. Okay, so these I can get rid of. Just keep that noise reduced and slowed down. Let's see if there's anything else in there. Obviously the Lance is talking, but we have got sufficient gaps in there.
If there's anything you can hear other than my voice in this room, it's not my voice. Is there any... is there anybody...
There's a voice there speaking. I don't know this lass's name. I think there's a different voice there than the one that comes later. But it could be her. I've amplified it quite a bit as well.
Body. Is there anybody? Is there anybody?
That's a different voice.
Body. Is there any...
Sounds like sound. Which is very different to the voice that follows. So listen to that 2-3 times and we'll go listen to the voice that follows. Yeah, it's quite close to where Penny's talking. What I can do, I can shift it that way. Your frequency would go. Because I've amplified it, these quite a lot of background feedback frequencies. You can just see it all jumping, being affected when the voice speaks. So what we'll do now is just pick it up till we get the frequency. That is strange. I've taken the volume down a little bit and obviously give it a bit of silence beforehand. What I'm used to seeing with the sound is similar to like a pyramid shape. It appears like a peak, like a mountain shape of the frequency. There seem to be a number of them in different frequencies, which is a bit strange. That's voice-ish. That is really, really strange. I'm going to average now. That is a bizarre voice frequency spectrum, that. I can understand it if we've got a peak, maybe something like this. These are little reflections, but not covering that amount of frequency. 150 to just over 5,000 hertz. That is unusual for separate peaks. That's suggestive of multiple reflections or something that's incredibly close to the recorder to give that type of effect. Because the voice is different than this it follows. I have slowed it down by 50%, remember.
Is there anybody? Is there anybody? Is there anybody?
Completely different voice.
Is there anybody? 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 Is there anybody?
See what I mean?
Is there anybody? 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 Is there anybody?
I'm just going to put back to normal volume, which is really where you should take a spectrum from.
Is there anybody? 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 Is there anybody?
That's what you will get. That type of small section of frequency.
Anybody? Is there anybody?
We're going to about 150 to around about 500. That's perfect female voice frequency. Yet when we go to the one before it, this is with no volume on. but it's when there's not that much. This is where this is strange. That is a real strange. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of that. This is unknown voice. I'm going to call it unknown voice. I'll change that in a second. So that's 14 seconds. I'm just going to note that down on the okay, so that's the under voice at 14 seconds. This is incredibly interesting on this one. And then when we come to Penny, again there's no amplification whatsoever. And we'll do the same again. I'll put Penny's friend. I don't know the lassie's name. So what we're hearing there are two voices. They sound different. So using ears, we can generally say that those two voices sound different. We're down to about 113. Okay, so what I'm going to do now to make it easier for Penny and a friend to listen to that, I'm not going to even EQ that because they're quite clear, both of them. So copied that back to beginning, get rid of it. Whoops. Paste it in there. Okay. I could, in fact, I'm just going to lift the volume up a little bit. Okay. Let me put that back to 0 because I just slow it down, you see, by 13%. So I'll put it back to normal speed. Okay. I may well have been wasting my time. It turns out to be Penny's friend says there's someone there that made the sound, but I'm pretty confident that the two voices not only sound different, but they look different. The frequency is completely alien to what you would get if the voice was the same. That's why I'm pretty convinced it's two separate voices. So okay. So this is it at 14 seconds. 14 seconds EVP. Penny's pretty good at giving me loads and loads of information, so that's quite clear. So both of them, the information is key for me to understand exactly what it is that's taking place. So I can get rid of all them. I'll just put it back to the state it was in before. That's it. 36. So I'm not going to save a load of unnecessary data. So change the spelling. Oh, that was that bloody penis friend, Penny's friend. Right. So we've got two. We've got this one to send out. This is one's at the end. Okay, and then we've got this other one that just done it 14 seconds.
So, is there anybody? So, is there any?
I'm most intrigued to know that who is speaking that words before Penny's friend is. Right, okay, let's go back to the original. So we've dealt with that. That was it, 14 seconds, wasn't it? So
is there anybody?
Yeah. So what I can do now is I can cut out of that, get rid of it, go back to the original bit. Oops.
Here. He wants to chat.
Okay. I'm just going to have to make absolutely to rule out any sound within that with Penny's friend talking.
Here. He wants to chat. He wants to. He wants to chat. He wants to chat.
Sometimes when you're reviewing this sort of audio, you just give it a few seconds to, with no sound going through, so you don't become sound deaf with it. There seemed to be something. It's just before the lady speaks.
Here. Here. Here.
Right. I'm actually going to separate these two. What have we done there? Okay, what I've effectively done is just separated the two parts. I'll stick that in the top and I'll mute that. So it just allows me now to just concentrate on this section here.
Here. He wants to chat.
because it sounds like as the lady's speaking, there's a voice just comes in just before it. So I think the only way I can accomplish splitting them up, because if you've got a voice speaking on top of a voice, it's impossible. There's not much you can do with that. But I will be able to stretch it and just to see if that the gaps is certainly going to increase, but is it enough for us to be clearer?
Here. He wants to. Here. Here.
Really difficult, huh?
Here. Here. Here.
You can probably hear it's something going on just before. It's one of them, you can't make a sort of person out of sounds here. There's something going on there. I've slowed it down by 50%. If I go any further, it's going to sound really strange.
Here. Here.
Yeah, it's just too close to the to a talking to make a real difference there. So I'll put it back to how it was. I think we can just exclude that one.
He wants to chat.
See, there's another strange one.
He wants to chat.
Let's okay, let's go for 150 again. It should. It's a tough one, that one. There seems to be somebody speaking. And then obviously Penny's Fenton to talking just overpowers it. Can't do much more with that one neither. So it's one of them sort of ones. It's on. We've got it on a video. The process. I'm really not sure where we can go with that. Right. So we're going to bring the sounds back in now. This is the last of this particular audio. I'm putting it back to 100%, which is normal tempo. We're just going to give this a load of. There's hardly any sound in there, so we should be able to amplify this up quite a bit. So it's already quite high, so we'll see if there's anything in here. That sounds like somebody whispering. Like a bong sound at the end. Something like on springs vibration. Right, let's have a look at this. I'm just wondering if a couple of these are the Penny's friend whispering, trying to keep people to be quiet. Also have to be guided on what Penny's got to say. There's certainly a voice there, but it seems to be what's it saying? Say, for example, I'm in the garden. So it'd be, I'm in the garden, I'm in the garden, rather than I'm in the garden. It's that clicky thing, click, 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 you know, as the voice is click, click, click. That's EVP sort of territory, that click, clack sound that you get. So what I'm going to do is let's have a listen to this weird sound at the end. Sounds like a spring, sort of, almost like a bongo drum. Okay, what we'll do, we've got this last bit, so let's move things on. I'm not going to slow it down. We'll call this EVP 3. It's the last one of the we've been doing. Yeah, there's quite a lot of shut that down. That's the one. So I've amplified this considerably. Oops, wrong one. What am I doing here? Wave pad. Okay, say that bit. What? I have to clue what that sound is. Like those Jamaican bong things. Yeah, them steel drums. That's it, steel drum. That's what that sounds like. But I think I can go a little bit further with this. Yeah, they can take a lot of this here. That's the way it sounds like. Right, okay. I'm getting to the limit, I think, of noise reduction. I'll give it one more swoop. I can always go back if I find I've overcooked it, so. You can go too far, then you start taking out what you want to keep, really. Okay, so we'll save that. Save it with a file, and it's noise reduced. Okay. Get rid of that one now. Open up Mixcraft. It's just a question of just really bringing it back in and seeing if we can amplify it and get it to sound any clearer. That's the one. I'm just going to take some frequency out just to see if we can clean up a bit more. Okay, look, take the EQ off, see if I've improved it somewhat. EQ off. Okay, it's about as far I can go with them. So, once Penny and a friend have watched that, because they've got 3 sort of sound samples there they can listen to and report back to me, and I'll note that down. So we'll just have to wait and see what Penny's got to say when she's had a chance to look at all those audio. So right, I'll save that. It's been quite a long one today, but it's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you think it's going to be very quick and easy, and you just get it's a little bit more in depth and a bit more bitty than normal, mainly because I don't really know the environment which was taking place. You know, I think Penny said her friend was there with the kids. You know, were they talking? Did she say anything? Don't ever believe that a microphone doesn't pick up everything it does. So I'll wait on the report from Penny. Okay, see you on the next video. Bye.